and then she will not do the job. And I'm grateful that the law team at that time, it's a long, long time, was willing to let me have a go at that. And I served faithfully. I worked up my bond. It never was an issue.
Aware promoting homosexuality and lesbianism would be down to the fact that they want to give men the vote. They supported spider lilies, and that there was a talk by this Finnish.
Well, there must be more to it.
Okay, I can add.
Yeah, she can add.
Now, late last year, Aware set up a new subcommittee called Singles in Singapore. And I'm reading from what Jiu Yijin has written to the previous year's exco. Okay, the introduction, Aware, as you understand, Aware is a research and advocacy association. So they want to advocate for more rights for singles. And I quote her, "It is no secret that Singapore leaders and public policies actively discriminate against the state of singlehood. There is a perceived demonization of the single person, and the problem of singles is usually discussed in terms of the single female. That under the categories of singles that they want to explore and find out what the challenges are, issues particular to single men." And in also our previous exco meeting, because the coordinator of the singles was chaired by Jiu Yijin. At the end of the previous year, a new exco has been appointed, and all subcommittee technically ceased, and new coordinators will be appointed. And I have also expressed that I'm a single, and I have a varied single experience. I'm a single entrepreneur. I have taken care of my aged parents, and I know the difficulties and challenges that singles face. So I expressed that I also want to be the coordinator. So it was this huge fight. And in one of the exco meetings, Yijin expressed that one of the key areas that they want to look into is to give equal benefits, is to come up with research and data to present to the government to give equal benefits to singles who want to adopt children. So
Sorry,
again,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Okay? You haven't even heard my presentation, which I prepared tonight. You have challenged me on something you know nothing about.
it was discussed in the exco, and it is, I believe, all the exco members heard it.
Okay, there is only the word men appears only at one time in this complete presentation, out of our good conscience that we should not ignore men. But the entire research is on women.
Yijin, Aware is an association for women. The men do not need the women to fight for them, to fight for more rights, or to have state-funded artificial insemination or other benefits.
You want to, we're actually quite thrilled that you have taken this incredible, ludicrous conclusions to the kind of what you call evidence.
We have here email, which is a paper that he presented to the previous year exco members.
Yes.
So, Sunita wanted facts. I'm just furnishing the facts. Thank you very much. I think with this question, we'll move on to another question. Does anybody else have another question?
She has something to say.
I think Jenica, in answer to this question.
The question is, how do we know Aware has moved towards a very focused homosexual agenda? Before I start, I just want to show you the death threat that I got. This is the death threat that I received.
Is this an email?
It's not email, it's a letter posted to the Aware Center. It is posted via mail and received.
Was it handwritten?
It's not handwritten, it's typed. It's now handed over to the police, and there's an ongoing investigation. Okay, the words I've taken are extracts from the letter. In the letter, the person professed himself as a gay.
But what has that got to do with Aware?
Yeah, my question.
This is a question.
That's what my point. I joined Aware. Okay, I want to put a very important point across, and I want to represent the entire exco, the new members that got elected in on this point. At the AGM, none of us talked about our religious beliefs, although there was a lot of talk in the press. None of us talked about gay, lesbianism, none of us.
And we never do, frankly.
But we were questioned by the Hogarths in the election. Please state whether you're anti-gay or anti-lesbian. That was a question that was insisted by the Hogarth to be answered by all the person who ran for election, and was only turned down because someone else from the floor protested that it's not constitutional. Because aware is supposed to be all-encompassing.
And it's
Now,
irrelevant.
Why this great obsession with lesbianism, with homosexuality?
You have one?
I would like to bring on to a few points. Because of all these intense episodes, I went to do some further research of what AWARE has done over the past few years. Besides spider release, which was one thing, the other point was the comprehensive sexual education. This has been reached out to 30 schools, and in the schools, they taught them things like, okay, homosexual is neutral. Now, I'm not sure about you, but if I'm a parent, I'll be very concerned teaching such things to 12 to 18 years old. I'm not sure whether parents know what their children are learning. In addition to these points, we talk about Mother's Day. Now, what's your idea of Mother's Day? If AWARE is an all-encompassing organization, how do we celebrate Mother's Day? In 2006, AWARE celebrated Mother's Day by inviting lesbian-friendly mothers and lesbian daughters to talk about their experience. When AWARE wanted to conduct health education courses, they wanted to warn women about HIV. They invited Alex Au, the most famous homosexual activist from Yawning Bread, to talk about HIV. Now, in addition, last year, 2008, Constance Singham spoke of membership recruitment in the month of July 2008. And she also publicized in the AWARE newsletter that she's going to talk to SG Butterfly, which is a group of queer women, transvestite women. Now, I've got a lot of other data points, but this is what I found out. And this came out a lot because of the intense period which I went through. It's very difficult for me. I never thought that a letter which I wrote 2 years ago about just one event, 3778, could have such repercussions. Why this obsession about whoever who talked to the press? I did not talk to the press. I don't know who talked to the press. In the press, it was mentioned that one of the old guards, Nancy Griffiths, said that in the AGM I was asked, do you accept homosexuality? And I said no. Now, this is false. We are now getting the audio transcription out, but in no way in the AGM did I say anything about homosexuality. No way. Why do you discredit me? And also, there was also a posting that says that I posted to Trevi.com, a homosexual-themed website. I didn't post to Trevi.com. So I'm very puzzled why the press has picked up this slant when all I did was join a women's association. Now,
Sorry.
Okay,
you have a
enough,
question?
enough, yeah. Okay, can I just add? Can I add, Sandra, before you say? My question is also to the media. Why is SPH newspaper, pushing the angle of anti-gay story when the new exco was elected? And the stories were all one-sided and full of inaccuracies. How many of the people attended the AGM? At the AGM, we were grilled on our religious affiliation. We were asked if we were anti-gay. And we were told that because you are a Christian, you do not embrace the culture and the ethos of AWARE. Do I need to say more? Sandra?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sandra Davey, journalist with the Straits Times. I'm curious, Dr. Teo, what's your relationship to the exco members? And are you speaking in your personal capacity, or are you speaking on behalf of the exco? It's not very clear to me.
Can I
Sorry.
make it clear?
Yeah.
I'm speaking on behalf of my personal capacity, and I wanted to come because I feel kind of responsible for these difficulties they're going through, because I was the one who mentored them over the years, different groups of people. I'm talking about 10 years kind of thing. So I go around Singapore teaching, counseling. So when all this problem about CSE and the spider lilies came forth, and I saw that I read parents' letter, then I started thinking that, hey, parents, you better know what's happening.